opportunity arises. Another thing is lack of career summaries, objectives, or personal statements, whatever we wish to call them. It's usually the first thing a recruiter sees on your CV. What describes you, what you're passionate about, what you're working towards, and some of the achievements you've had in your career. This is what probes them to look even further into your CV to see if it is worthwhile, if it's a worthwhile consideration for a job or a role. And I've already discussed this. Your work experience should not just be achievements. Should not just be duties, but should have achievements, quantifiable achievements. Also, tailor-make your skill session to show variety in both skill and mastery. So if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, if you're expert, if you're learning, that really adds an edge to your CV. Create links to external profiles and projects. For example, LinkedIn. Ensure to link your LinkedIn profile. In this age of technology, that really matters. And also your GitHub profile. I've also seen candidates who link to personal websites they've created, which is also quite impressive. And also for the projects you've worked on, which are technical in nature, link to them for technical recruiters be able to review and see what you're working on. Proofread your CV to avoid grammatical mistakes. Make sure you don't have errors. It makes for easier reading when your grammar is good. Clear and bold titles and flow of the resume. So ideally start with your personal details first, and then your personal summary next, and then things like work experience and skills. Education comes last. References comes also last. Okay, yeah. I'm seeing a few questions. Kazungu Angela asks, is it recommended to use automated tools to create CVs, or we just have to write our own? Okay. So when you're looking for automated tools to write your CV, be very keen to ensure you're looking for an ETH automated tool. So that, because nowadays we use a lot of applicant tracking systems to recruit, and they are not all of them are friendly, ETS friendly. So be very keen to ensure if you're using an automated tool, it is ETS friendly, okay? ETS is applicant tracking system friendly. Joseph Mwangi would like to know more about CV formatting. Okay, the guide I had shared earlier will help you establish a flow for your CV, but having clear and bold titles in caps, for example, if you're writing about your work experience, make sure it's clear, bold, and in caps to be able to distinguish between different segments of your CV. All right. Joseph Mwangi, is it recommended to include past experience, which is probably not related to the job intern you're applying for? All right. I'd not recommend it. I don't recommend for you to include irrelevant experience unless you have very limited experience. Okay. So if maybe you're looking to change your career and maybe your previous experience is maybe an internship and you're looking for another internship, you can include it. There are factors that you may be able to derive from it. For example, in that role, you learned about teamwork, interpersonal skills, communication. So that may be included. However, if you have more experience, 2 years, 3 years, and maybe before you moved into tech, you were doing what can I say, HR, for example, that really isn't relevant to what you're working towards. So it's not as essential. Okay. Another time to include past experience, which is not really not relevant, is only when you have a gap in your CV. Okay. So if you have gaps in your CV, but during that time you were working on something that may not be very, very relevant to what you're looking to get into, then you can also include it. Okay, so Gerald also asked the same thing about gaps. All right, okay. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to chime in. Yeah, we're actually at the question segment. All right, there's more questions. Should a CV be a 1-page or 2-page? That's a very interesting question. I think maybe Caleb, for your query, I'd say always try and pivot towards more what is more relevant. You can have a 1-page CV, but if you have more experience and you have more to share that is relevant to the job you're applying to, then 2 pages is okay. I've also seen people with more experience having 3 to 4 pages of CV because they have a lot more to share and maybe the job that they're applying for has a lot more requirements. Okay, so focus on the relevancy of your content as opposed to the how many pages it is. Okay. Alex Kiprono, can a successful project be regarded as an experience? So in the CV guide, you will see that there has been a segment where we have demarcated between projects and work experience. So if the projects you've been working on are maybe classroom projects, then there is a section where you can put that. Maybe classroom or personal projects, there's a section you can put that. Okay. However, sometimes when you're working, you do work on projects. So that can be put under your work experience. So if you work in a certain company, aside from your listing your work experience, you can also list your projects. All right? Okay. Joyce, Joyce has asked, should you really link GitHub to LinkedIn CV or let the recruiter request the GitHub link first? So I would say link it. For CVs that I see, most of them are linked, and it's easier to move to the GitHub profile to just have a look around the LinkedIn profile, have a look around. There really is no reason why you shouldn't link it. It's ideal that you link these profiles, especially now. How do I say this? It's ideal that you make the hiring managers or the recruiters work easy by giving them all the information they need at first glance to make a positive decision about your profile. Okay, so your odds would be less if, for example, someone else links their GitHub profile. It seems good, and the time between the time of now requesting you for your link to your GitHub profile, you may lose an opportunity between that. Yeah. Okay. I hope that is clear. Do you have any?